after Saturday's game, it gave us a chance to get back to practice and just address some things we feel like, if we aspire to be a contender in the Big Ten, we got to get better at. And I thought we addressed them and we executed some of them today. And UMKC, I thought we played really good defense in the first 2 quarters, and we had that run where we opened it up. So it was a good game for us. I watched them beat Kansas, and so it really got my attention, the kind of team they are. But I thought defensively we really did a great job.
Talking about actually the offensive end of it for a second, Coach, your rotations were really crisp today, and that really allowed Maggie and Nia and Ashley and Kristen to get in rhythm offensively. How important was it for you to be that crisp passing the ball so you gave yourself a lot of high percentage opportunities? Yeah,
no, I thought it was a good. We're doing a nice job of sharing them. We had 2 turnovers today, which has got to be some record for us or a team I coach. So that was encouraging, Greg. And I think just we're unselfish. We're starting to get better at sharing the ball at the right time. And that's, to me, more important than saying, okay, we make 4 passes before we shoot. It's getting the ball to people at the right time, right place where they can do something with it. And we're getting better at that. And that's where I feel like, the next couple of weeks, we're going to have to offensively really take care of the ball and really get good shots, take good shots.
Talking about Maggie Lyon for a sec, she was limited to 1 3-point attempt against DePaul. How important was it to get her in rhythm early?
Yeah, she's a great player, and she's learning as a senior too, and you're going to see it 18 times coming up that nobody's going to leave you wide open. So she's doing a really good job. I thought her best game in the non-conference, that's what all these were for, was against North Carolina, and she was so active and kept moving. It reminds me of Doug Collins a little bit. I'll throw that. I saw Chris today at the game. Doug Collins was as good a player as there ever was playing without the basketball. And I think Maggie has some of that, and we got to get her the ball where she can come off screens, and just make people pay, because she's going to be a target, and so is Nia.
Everybody talks about Ashley's defensive game. Talk about her offense and how it's developed. She hit 3 critical threes in the 3rd quarter, and her jump shot from when it's a freshman has developed considerably. So what do you see in Ashley's offensive game that's different from where it was in the past?
Yeah, when she can make open threes, she's devastating, because when you have to guard her that far away, she has incredible quickness to go by you. So when people back off her and make her shoot, take away some of her driving opportunities, she'll step back. But as we go into, she is now, and I told her this the other day, after DePaul, she is basically a senior, as far as experience, as far as minutes played. So she has the ball, put it on your hip, run our team, and be the best point guard in the Big Ten. And that's my goal for her coming up.
Going with a youth perspective, 8 rebounds for Palace today. How encouraging was it to see a freshman be that effective on the glass? Yeah, we see it. We see glimpses in practice right now, and a little bit against Loyola and Alcorn, where she went to the glass hard. And again, that's something that when we were looking at this freshman class, we needed somebody who could rebound, could contribute in those ways, defend on the block, and just be real physical. And she's bringing those things. And it's again, from where we started to where she is now, really proud of her. And finally, Coach, 9 days off before you hit conference play at Penn State. You got a really tough, not conference schedule to start off with. Road game at Penn State, home games against Nebraska, Purdue, then at Michigan State, and then home against Ohio State. How important? How important is
stick with Penn State, man?
How important is 9 days of rest before you hit the gauntlet?
Yeah, no, again, with our league right now, with 14 teams, everybody's really good. There's no nights off, so I think it'll be good for us, with a little break now to get some time off. Get some time with our families, and when we come back, to really build off of what we did last year in the Big Ten from a confidence standpoint. And then every game is just going to be, really let's go play. Throw the ball up, let's go play. And, it really becomes more about us than anything else.
last game against DePaul, you were limited to 1 3-point shot attempt. You got your shot going early. You were in rhythm. What was the difference today for you on the offensive end?
I think we were just clicking a lot more on the offensive end. I think we were running a lot more of our stuff, getting the shot clock down a little bit more. We weren't just taking the first shot we got. There was a lot more movement in the offense, a lot more, transition we got going a little bit earlier in that. So just kind of sharing the ball, moving the ball in offense is kind of what allowed us to get a lot of open shots.
When your offensive rotations are as crisp as they were today, how effective do you think your offense can be? Because you were rotating the ball really well around the perimeter and really finding a lot of open cuts on the baselines.
Yeah, I think that, we have such great players on our team and such a balanced attack. Anybody can have a great game any given night. And when we share the ball, everybody has a great game. So I think that's just really key for us moving forward in the Big Ten is just moving the ball a lot on offense and sharing the ball and making that extra pass because it's really hard to guard.
Talk about some of your youth today, Palace in particular. She had 8 rebounds. How important is it for her going into Big Ten play to see her have that type of effectiveness this early on in her career?
Oh, it's really important. I think, what she gives us off the bench with rebounds is awesome. I think, that's kind of her mentality is go in and do that really well, and she has been doing that really well for us. So I think we're going to need that going into Big Ten with even, bigger post players and banging down low like that. So I think that's going to be really important for us.
Tough 4 or 5 game stretch starting Big Ten play. So how important is this 9 days off going into the conference opener at Penn State?
I think it's really important. I think just the Christmas break for college basketball is really important to kind of, refresh and renew your mentality. I think it's a long season, so getting a little bit of time off is nice, and we'll be back for practice around 27th. So we'll get a good plan going to Penn State, and I think we're just really excited to spend time with our families, but also get back and start Big Ten.